My granddad, he was an inventor. He was able to get patents on 3 of his inventions, and that's what put DeHart's on the map. Ed had the first automated sheet metal shop in Oklahoma, and it was steam driven, and it ran, all the presses and brakes ran by belts. Made toilet petitions, seed racks for seed stores. It's called a cyclonic dust collector, used in all the gin mills all over the place to clean the air so the workers could, be in the building. It was a very dusty environment. Then probably the most successful invention he had was over here. So, we talked about the skylight, the automatic ventilated skylight patent that he designed and built and shipped all over the United States in a Model T truck. Isn't that funny? See, it's all packed up there. But these ventilators were installed, in the roofs of all these big department stores all over the towns and everywhere. And before you had air conditioning, you had to just, let the ventilation skylights open up and let the heat out. The ones you're taking pictures are seed bins for like raw seed and feed, and grocery stores. And then, all right, here's another little invention, 2 inventions. Sure. This is an automatic donut machine made out of stainless steel. What? That they developed. I don't know a whole lot about whether it worked or not, but that's what that was. And then this was a real cool one. This went in many of the local grocery stores to display vegetables. It was a refrigerated mister. You put your bananas and your vegetables up on top, and then this thing would mist water over them and keep them cool, so they would last longer during display. So that's what those were, and these were all just display seed bins and produce bins in local stores. Early on, they also made cellars that they installed over. Look at that Model T carrying it out. But the old root cellars that people put in every house, and there was our little display on it. Well, this is another memory and archive that we have. It's an old slot machine, probably a good 80 or 90 years old, and it used to pay off in gum. But what's funny about it is probably when Dad was just getting started, he ended up getting a service call one evening on Christmas Eve on a blizzard, and as the story goes, and went out over in the Anadarko area to this call, and an old lady that needed help, and he was able to get her some heat and get her unit going. And so as he was leaving, and he said, well, he needed to collect for his service, and she didn't have any money. So as they were talking, she wanted to cook him dinner, this and that. And he said, well, what do you got out in the barn? And anyway, they went looking, and he had found over in the corner in this barn this old antique slot machine. And anyway, they bartered out of it, and that was his payment for the service. And that's kind of how this unit ended up in our archives, because it's got a little story when Dad first started his business and made one of his first customers.